different kinds of vulnerabilities, how to test those vulnerabilities. I guess all of you have fair idea on the list of vulnerabilities now, right? Thinking like, shall we start Burpsuit tool or any other tool? Tell me the vulnerabilities you have learned so far. List the vulnerabilities you have learned so far. I would expect one answer from each. SQL injection, clickjacking, then unrestricted file uploads, cross-site scripting. There are different types of cross-site scripts, that's okay. Then XXX reflected, stored, DOM based. SQL injection, we have different types: error based, blind, and out of band, or it is also called second order SQL injection. CSRF still we haven't covered it. We'll cover that soon. Any other vulnerabilities? OS command injection. Then OS command injection, cross-site script, file uploads, clickjacking, file execution. We have uploaded the file and then we executed that file. That is also called remote code execution. Okay. If you are trying to execute some script in the server, remote server, that is called remote code execution. Any other vulnerabilities? File inclusions, yes. Then think of it. Known vulnerabilities. Known vulnerabilities. Components with known vulnerabilities. Give me the example for it. MS17010. This is one of the examples. Still, we have some more vulnerabilities. We are going to discuss that later. MS12010. This is also called eternal blue. MS17 is also called eternal blue or WannaCry. WannaCry ransomware. Broken authentication. Did we discuss anything on broken authentication? What is meant by broken authentication? You don't know the credentials, but you are trying to log into some application through some or other mechanism. Did we try that? Authentication, broken authentication. What is a payload? Lot of ways we have tried. Default credentials, then SQL injection bypass. These comes under broken authentication. Any other vulnerabilities? Remote file inclusions. Yes, we have to still try it out. OTP bypass also we discussed. Authentication bypass, it comes under multi-factor authentication. That is one more mechanism. If you get a job in the real time, what you are supposed to do? So you get a request for doing web application, vulnerability assessment, and penetration testing. I hope you guys know what is the difference between VA and PT. VA means we find vulnerabilities. PT means for the found vulnerabilities, we try to exploit it. That is the difference between vulnerability assessment and penetration testing. Did we discuss any tools for finding vulnerabilities? Give me some tools for web application vulnerabilities. Web app, what are the tools we are going to use for finding vulnerabilities? DVW is an application. Remember, the process of finding vulnerabilities through dynamic process is called DAST, Dynamic Application Security Testing. Dynamic Application Security Testing. Yes, SQL map we have used for SQL injection vulnerability. And for penetration testing, we are going to use Metasploit main tool, MSF Winam. However, for vulnerability assessment, we are going to use some tools called ZAP, AppScan, Veracode, Burpsuit Pro. These are some of the tools for dynamic application security testing. Remember, in dynamic application security testing, we are going to scan websites or APIs. APIs is also called web services. These are the target in case of DAST, in case of dynamic application security testing. We have one more method called SAST. Does anyone know what is the full form of SAST? What is the full form of SAST? Static application security testing. Yes. What do we do in static application security testing? We scan the source code. Remember, we are going to scan the source code. We are not going to scan the website in case of SAST. That is the main difference. Okay. You should be very clear with respect to the tools, which tool is used for DAST and which tool is used for SAST. You should not tell like DAST tool, you should not refer it to SAST or network. If you are referring like that, then they think like you don't know about the ethical hacking concepts. That's it, right? You should be very specific about the tools. It is almost like, have you watched some movie and you don't know, you haven't watched that movie and who is the hero? You should not give the name of someone related to politician or sports person. You should tell the name of the actor. Okay. So some of the tools which are used for SAST. 45 check marks, Sonar Cube, then Veracode is also used for SAST and DAST. Here ZAP, AppScan, Veracode, Burpsuit Professional, then Qualys VAS. Lot many tools are there. Acunetics, then NetSparker. These are the DAST tools. These are the SAST tools. Remember, among all these tools, ZAP is an open source tool. Open source means it is a free tool. No need to pay anything. AppScan you have to pay. Veracode you have to pay. Burpsuit Pro you have to pay. But Burpsuit community also there. This is a free tool that comes with Linux, Kali Linux. This is a free tool again, Burpsuit community. These two are the free tools, Burpsuit community and ZAP. In case if you don't want to purchase any of the licensed tools, we have to depend on only these tools. ZAP is a tool name. It is from OASP. We are going to discuss OASP soon. And other tools which are licensed tools are AppScan, Veracode, Burpsuit Professional, Qualys VAS, Acunetics, and NetSparker. In case of SAST, all these tools are licensed tools. 45 checkmark, SonarQube, Veracode, these are all the licensed tools. Minimum cost will be 15 lakhs. If you want to purchase one tool, minimum cost is 50 lakhs, and depending on the total number of targets you are going to scan, they are going to charge up to 1 crore per annum. 1 crore per annum, remember. So it will not be easy for you to get the access to this kind of tools In case if you are working in some company and if you get an opportunity to work on these tools, utilize experience of working on these tools. We are going to discuss Jap tool, Burpsuit community, AppScan, and then Veracode. I'm going to explain you to some extent by using some videos and uh, some of the concepts which can be done practical also I'm going to explain. Okay, coming to the SAST, I'm going to explain checkmarks too. Okay, but if you are getting the job on DAST, no need to work on the SAST tools. Let us talk about network security. Either you work on the web application, already we discussed, right? Web security, if you are working, you are going to make use of these DAST tools. If you are working on APIs, that is called API pen testing. This is the job role, API pen testing. We are going to work on REST and SOAP services, and the main tools which you are going to use are Postman tool. We'll have one session on this Postman tool, okay, along with Burpsuit. Network security, just like web application scanners, we can scan IP addresses for finding vulnerabilities in a computer or a system or a node. Nessus is one tool, then Expose is one more tool. What are the other tools? Lot many tools are there. Retina and Police has network vulnerability scanner also. Nmap is also used for scanning the IP addresses. Wireshark is used for packet filter, packet monitoring. Then Nmap, Wireshark, Police. These are some of the network security tools. Okay, but you will be working only in one area, not all the area. And similarly, even we have mobile security. Some of the tools which can be used for mobile security are MobSF, Mobile Security Framework. Okay, Android Studio. Then APK tool for reverse engineering. But mobile security requires basic programming knowledge. Text to jars, compilers, decompilers. We'll have a session on this mobile security as well. Okay, so whatever we have learned so far is completely manual process. You have found some vulnerabilities and you are able to exploit. Everything is manual, but when you get into the job, we mostly depend on the tools. So you can use only one tool, not all the tools in web security. So when I say web security, you depend on only one tool out of these tools, not all the tools. Clear? No need to purchase all the tools. For example, if you want to purchase a car, either you go for Maruti or Ford or Hyundai, like this. Need not be like all the cars from all the brands you should purchase. Similarly, any company or client, they purchase only one tool under DAST web security, and they purchase only one tool under SAST, either Fortify or Checkmarks or SonarCube, not all the tools. Similarly, network security, they can purchase only Nessus or Nexpose or Retina or Qualys. Is it clear how the real-time things work in any company with regard to these four categories? Tooling part, at least we should know which tool we have to use for the purpose. Then let us talk about real-time approach. What is the real-time approach? In real-time, what we do? Okay, let me ask you a simple question. Dynamic application security testing. It is done in the development phase or testing phase of the SDLC. What do you think? DAST is performed in development phase or testing phase? DAST, that is also called security testing, for an application is done in the testing phase. Remember that. How about SAST, scanning of the source code. It is done in the design or development or testing. We are going to play around source code. Source code will be developed in the development phase by the developers. Once they develop the code, as a security engineer, I have to scan the code to find the vulnerabilities, right? So SAST is done in the development phase. Remember that. Network security is completely out of software development lifecycle. It is related to infrastructure. Okay, fair enough. So the approach which is followed in most of the companies is, once you get in a website, these are real-time approaches. Don't come back to me saying like we want real-time experience. This is what in reality in software companies happens. You get a website for testing or doing penetration testing or VAPT. You get a request to the security engineer. Some team, your manager or the client will tell, perform VAPT for the website. You can give some name like xyz.com. So the approach is, we have to do it by both automated approach and manual penetration testing approach. In case of automated approach, you have to use automated scanning tools. We perform automated scanning plus analysis of that report. This is one approach. The second approach is manual pen testing. Manual pen testing. What do you mean by manual pen testing? We found SQL injection vulnerabilities by manual process and by tool. Am I correct? And even like clickjacking, we did by manual process. We didn't use any tools. Similarly, CSRF, OS command injection, all these vulnerabilities we have done manually. We didn't use any scanners. So most of the cases, it will be like we are going to use tools. There is no need for you to test all these vulnerabilities through manual approach. Understood? So it is mostly on the tool based. In the real time, whichever company you are working, the automated scanning is mandatory and it is very easy. So if you want to scan a website, what is the prerequisite? What details do you need? That is a question. Can I get the answer? I want to do automated scan for a website. What details do you ask for the client? First thing is you need a URL. Yes, exactly. You need a URL for performing the automated scan. URL or domain or IP address. IP address also fine. What else? Say you wanted to perform authenticated scan, then you need the credentials for that website. Credentials. Then permissions. Yes, you need a permission also you need to take before scanning anything. How about exclusions? They are giving the website, but they don't want to scan some of the URLs. So you need to ask for those exclusions. These details are mandatory when you perform automated scan. Even for manual pen testing also, the same details are applicable. So scan using one of the tool. This is one approach. The second approach is only manual pen testing. We don't scan the website. Just by knowing all the vulnerabilities, we are going to test the application for all the vulnerabilities. Okay. So already we have learned manual pen testing for some of the vulnerabilities, right? Whatever I have listed, we have learned manually how to perform. Even without any tools also, we are able to exploit the targets. Okay. Now let us understand how to perform automated scanning for a website. So the input is URL or IP address, output is the report. There is no need to check anything from our end. Our job is just provide the URL, scan the application and get the report. Let us try this case today. Okay. First listen how I'm going to do it. Then later you guys can practice. Okay. One after another, tool names. Log into Kali Linux. Then launch DVW application. Firefox, you know how to launch it. Okay, sorry guys, not the DVW. And I'm going to use one tool called Zap tool. That is a free tool that comes by default in Kali Linux. Only thing what you have to do is launch the tool from the menu, search for Zap. This is the tool. Then click on the tool. It takes some time. Just you need to wait. Getting launched. OWASP. The full form of OWASP is Open Web Application Security Project. Remember the full form. The tool is getting loaded. Okay. So basically you get some options whether do you want to save the scanning or not. You go by default, it will be like you don't want to save at this moment. Select the third option only, click on start. What is our job? We need to scan a website. Let us take the website and some of the extensions that are installed, and if you want to update some add-ons, you can do that. But I don't want to update for now, just close it. Add-ons. My job is I want to scan a website. It can be any website. For time being, just for our practice, I make use of allpromutual.com. First launch it in the browser so that you get the correct URL. Okay, copy that URL. Go back to the tool. There are multiple options. Automated scan. This is the first option which you need to select. Click on that. Okay, URL to attack. Just copy paste the URL. Remove that. You have copied the entire URL, right? Paste over there. http allpromutual.com. What next? There is an option called attack. Click on attack. Your scan will get initiated. It takes some time, 15 minutes to 20 minutes. So as and then it triggers the scan. It will tell like first initially it is going to do the spidering. Spidering in the sense it will try to see what are the different kinds of URLs that are there for that application. Once the spidering is done, then it is going to scan the entire pages. See, you see it here, total URLs found are 184. Okay. And then once the spidering or crawling, this is done, then it will go for the complete scanning, active scan. Now it is under active scan. It will keep on sending the requests, which are nothing but test cases to the target, and then try to find vulnerabilities. And if there are any vulnerabilities, it will be listed under alerts. It has found some vulnerabilities. We are going to discuss that soon. Active scan. It is going to take 10 to 15 minutes. Let us see what kind of vulnerabilities has been found. While the scan is in progress, if it has found some vulnerabilities, directly it will list in the alerts tab. Okay. So there are some medium vulnerabilities. Extreme options header missing. It is saying like one vulnerability exists. Can anyone tell me what is the first vulnerability is all about? They are saying extreme options header missing. What is the vulnerability name the tool is referring to? Reply in the chat window. As a security engineer, you know that there is a header called extreme options. Okay, we discussed in second week. Now it is fifth or sixth week, right? So if you are familiar with security testing concepts, ethical hacking concepts, you are able to understand what is meant by extreme options header. If you are not familiar with that, if you just run the scan and see the alerts, it is of no use. You are not able to understand the vulnerabilities. Now that I am clear, the extreme options header is not set. We found it manually. Even the tool also is able to detect that vulnerability. It says extreme options header is not included in the HTTP response to protect against clipjacking attacks. So the vulnerability name is clipjacking. The next one, okay. Let us see, still the scan is getting progressed. Once the scan is done, we should be able to find some more vulnerabilities. Now it is your turn. Which one is easy? Automated scan. It will get finished in 15 minutes. Manually, if you test, it is going to take 1 day or 2 days or 3 days, but still you are going to miss some vulnerabilities. Which one is easy? Manual or automated scan? Definitely it is going to be automated scan. That's it. No, you scan, you insert the scan, locate the URL and insert the scan. Scan gets finished and you get the report. Manually, if you want to check, we don't know like what are the different fields are there, different elements are there in each and every page. So we need to check and then provide the payload, try it out. But this is not the case in case of automated scans. Do one thing. All of you log into Kali Linux. No, don't insert the scan, guys. Just hold on, wait. If you insert the scan, all of you, almost 100 plus people are there. The website will become down. ultramutual.com website will go down. So let us wait for some time. Looks like one more critical vulnerability. We have got it. High priority. Then this one medium, low, and information. Let us go back to alerts. Okay, it has found even cross-site script vulnerability. Does anyone knows where exactly what will be the page this cross-site script has been found? We did manually, right? Manually, we are able to find the cross-site script vulnerability in ultramutual.com. So even the tool is also able to find it. But when you check manually, most of the people were able to find the cross-site script in the query page. Query, this is the payload they have used. So the tool also tells the same thing. There is a cross-site script and that parameter is here and some description about the cross-site script vulnerability and the evidence. What is the payload it has used? Similarly, send feedback. Send feedback is there. What is the parameter that got affected with cross-site script? Name. Do you remember? Name is a parameter which has a cross-site script. Whereas in case of such, parameter is query. That's how like automated scans are useful for us to find the vulnerabilities in a web application or a network. What is the scan progress? 39%. Once the scan gets finished, we have to download the report and share it to the client or the project team or the one who has given you the request. So how do you generate the report? There is an option called report. You can generate HTML report or XML report or whatever it is. Still the scan is in progress, but I want to generate some intermittent report just to show you how the report looks like. Generate HTML report, and I want to save it as Altero mutual report. Should I give like .html? Okay, save it. I saved it under Kali. Now open the folder. Okay, it has automatically launched that report, altomutual.com report. So it says like high vulnerability, one issue is there, medium, one, low. Okay, click on that high. So the description about the cross-site script vulnerability, what is the URL that has been affected, what is the parameter, what is the payload, and similarly one more URL which got affected with reflected cross-site script or stored cross-site script and its details. And one more thing is about how do we prevent this cross-site script vulnerability, right? Similarly, extreme options header not set, and it is vulnerable for clickjacking. This report, either you can download it in .html or .pdf or any other formats, and you can share it to the client. Job scanning report for some application. This is a complete detailed vulnerability report. Is it clear how to perform automated scan? Can I get the answer in the chat window? Have you understood? What do we do in case of dynamic scans for a web application? Let me cancel the scan. So once the scan gets finished, it just says like scan 100%. That's it. There is nothing to investigate or discover here. Just for your understanding, I have initiated the scan and almost it has found all the vulnerabilities. If you see here, some of the vulnerabilities are there. CSRF token, I'll explain you later. Okay. CSRF attack, still we didn't discuss that. You have the option of cancellation, stop active scan. I don't want to do the complete scan. You guys can try it out. Okay. The assignment is launch JAP tool, give the URL and trigger the scan. That is the assignment for you. There is one more tool called Nikto. To use Nikto for the scanning, you need the website first. Go to the URL, copy the website and launch the terminal. Directly I'm launching it. I'm sure like everyone knows how to launch Linux terminal. I'm going to make the use of tool called Nikto. Nikto-host and provide the URL. Paste. Enter. It is going to scan. Nikto is one more tool which is going to scan this website to find the vulnerabilities. Okay. This is also able to find some vulnerability. See here. Anti-clickjacking, XFrame option set or not set. The similar kind of vulnerabilities we are able to get. Cross-site script protection header not set. It is going to take another 10-15 minutes. These are the two free tools and licensing tools. I'm going to explain it on Monday session. Okay. This Sunday, we are going to have the classroom training for the people who are in job search or the people who has got job recently. I'm going to explain the real-time tools. Maybe for your batch, I'll conduct some other time after 2 weeks or 3 weeks once we finish the course. Classroom training in Atmakur. It can accommodate, the institute can accommodate only 70 members in one go. That's it. But it cannot accommodate 130, 150. CSRF, we are going to have a lab on Monday session. Okay. Okay. I see a question from Divya. Any URL you can scan? Yes, you can scan any website. Only thing is, you should have the permission before you scan. Understood? If you don't have the permission, they think like someone is trying to hack their website. Explain one more time. Very simple. I want to check any vulnerabilities in a website. What do? I have some tools. I'm going to make use of those tools to scan that website. That's it. Okay, it is your turn now. How to get permission? If you are working in any company, there is no need to get permission because there will be an agreement between the company and the client that we are going to test your applications, perform VAPT from our company. So very on a high level, there will be some kind of agreements. So there is no need to go for permission in that case. That is like indirect way of having permission in a high level. There's a reason like web security DAST doesn't involve any coding. Very easy. You just need to learn tools and you need to learn some concepts. Okay. Most of the companies use similar tools. JAP, Veracode, AppScan, Qualys VAS. Yes. Burpsuit Professional, Burpsuit Community. How to download report in Nikto? You need to give greater than symbol and give the file name. It will be saved in that. Facebook is not our website, right? We are not supposed to scan. You can scan your college website, or if you have your own website, or if your friends have developed some test website, you can scan that. For time being, use altomutual.com, scanme.nmap.org, and any of the Pakistan websites you can scan. Okay, can you try these two methods now? These two tools. Initiate the scan first with JAP. There will be hundreds of tools, scanners. I just explained which are more oftenly used in the market. Okay, like Veracode, AppScan, Web Inspect, 45, then Qualys, SWAS, Akinitex, NetSparker, and yes, of course, some more tools are there. These are the more oftenly used tools in the market. All of you initiate the scan with ZAP tool in the same approach how I have initiated. Then try to get the report, download the report, and confirm me. Okay, your time starts now. If you didn't understand anything, do let me know. Very easy job, DAST. Whatever I have displayed over the screen, these are the important tools. Tool-based scanning is very important. How long you take to learn to give a input like this? What did I do? I launched the tool, took the URL and gave it in the screen. That's it, no? Anyone can do. What is the problem here? You click on the, you launch this page, replace this website with a different website and click on attack. That's it. How long do you take to learn this tool? 5 minutes? I don't think. That's it. The challenge is you have to understand these vulnerabilities. Okay. What is the percentage of manual testing in the real time? That is one question from Raghavendra. 80%, most 80% of the companies depend on automated scanning tools. And the 20%, they depend on manual testing. Some companies, they do both. Okay. But we are ready for both. But when it comes to the interview, they ask only on manual testing interview questions. They don't ask like how do you insert the scan in ZAP tool, how do you insert the scan in AppScan. They don't ask those questions. They mainly ask you like, what do you mean by clickjacking? How do you test it? How do you prevent it? What is SQL injection? What are its types? Can you explain? Like that. Okay, fine then. Insert the scan everyone and download the report. Confirm me in the chat window. Your time starts now. I'm giving you 8 minutes from now. Not able to find the ZAP tool. How many of you are able to find the ZAP tool in the Linux? How many of you have initiated the scan? I see 2 members not able to find the ZAP tool. We have to install it manually in that case. If you don't find it, I'll give you the details. Okay. What is the version of Kali Linux? I'm using 2021.1. Can you guys check? If you didn't find JAP, try to insert with the Nikto. Okay, Nikto, Nikto. Insert the scan with Nikto tool, then I'll give you the details of installing the ZAP. Okay, let me see in Google how we can insert the ZAP. Zero ZAP stands for zero attack Z attacks proxy. How to install ZAP proxy on Kali Linux? Try this command sudo apt-get-y install, then ZAP ZA proxy. You need to launch command prompt. Try this command, everyone, and say check whether you are able to install it or not. Confirm it is working or not. You need to launch terminal and then enter. That's it. Okay. Add-ons are not required for JAP. Okay. No add-ons are required. Unable to locate. Okay. Try this one. Sudo aptitude update. Sudo apt-get update. Then you try this one. Try for Nikto scan, and then I'll give you the detailed steps for ZAP because it is already installed in my system. I cannot try it out here. I'll give you the steps later. You can try it in the weekend. Okay. Next week, we'll start with the network security along with some missing web application vulnerabilities. We are going to start on the network basics and then network security vulnerabilities. And the next weekend, maybe Friday, Saturday, or Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we'll work on the mobile security. Okay. Any questions, anyone? ZAP installation, yes, you have to do it. Not sure if it is working. You need to try this. Sudo apt-get update. Sudo apt update or sudo apt-get update. Nikto command, okay. Nikto hyphen host. Nikto hyphen host, then the domain, okay. Let me send you the command. How many of you have initiated the scan in ZAP? How many of you have initiated the scan in Nikto? Can I get the answer? We didn't do the SQL injection quiz, right? Or did we do it? Have you finished SQL injection quiz kind of thing? Zap, I'm going to give you the steps. I'll try it out in my system and then give you the quiz on SQL injection concepts. Not done? Fine, guys. I'll send you the scripts for the Zap installation. Try it out at home. And if you have any questions, do let me know. I think SQL injection vulnerability, I guess you guys are familiar with it. Or else try it out. Either you can reply to all or directly just 15 seconds for each question. You should be quick enough to answer these questions. Okay. Very good. I mean to say for SQL injection vulnerability, you should be familiar with these concepts. Command injection, no need to answer. Which of the following is used to select rows in a table called users? Select star from users, select all from users, collect all from users, all of the above. What is the correct answer? 15 seconds for each question. What is the command? If you are trying any jobs for database related testing, right? These kind of questions will be asked. So whatever the concepts I covered, those are not only useful for cyber security, those are useful for other testing jobs. Select star from users. Here is the correct answer. Which of the following is used to select top 5 rows in a table called users? What is the correct answer out of this? Answer is the first one. Okay. Yay. Which of the following keyword is used to sort query output in database? Sort, arrange, order by, select. Which one is correct answer? 15 seconds. We have used all these concepts for database hacking. Order by is used for sorting. Okay. Which of the following keyword is used to club two statements in the database? Club, union all, like, union select. Union select. Okay, that is the correct answer. List one example for SQL injection payload. We have discussed a lot of SQL injection payloads, right? Give one payload, what you are going to use it. single quote, double quote, one or one is equal to one. So all these are examples of statement one colon second statement, select, at the rate. These are the SQL injection payloads, order by union select. List one example of SQL injection payload of type Boolean. For Boolean based SQL injection, for Boolean based SQL injection, give me one payload. One is something like or operator, and operator, 4 is equal to 4, 4 is equal to 5. Those are examples of Boolean based payloads. List one example for SQL injection of type time based payload. Sleep of 10, hash, wait for delay. These are the payloads for time based payloads. Error based SQL injections display error in the web page. Is it true or false? It is true. The next one, what are the three types of SQL injection attacks? We have error based, blind, and second order. Okay. Blind SQL injection doesn't display error in a web page. This question we have already discussed yesterday. No need to answer. Which of the tool detects SQL injection vulnerabilities through automated tools? SQL map, very easy one. Which of the following is used to prevent SQL injection attacks? Input filtering, input sanitization, parameterized queries, WAF, prepared statements, database patching, all the above. Okay. What is the keyword that is used to get the database version in SQL? To get the database version, we use database version. Which one we use? Version or database? User database name, we use database of bracket. If you want to get the version, we use version of bracket. Okay. Leave over this question, you'll not be able to understand. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Have a great weekend. We'll meet on Monday. Okay. When you are coming for Monday session, try to prepare two concepts. One is OSI reference model, other one is TCP/IP model. These are like basics of computer networks, which you would have learned in your graduation, first year or second year. I'm going to explain it anyhow, but you come with some kind of basic preparation of TCP/IP model and OSI reference model. Okay. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday then. Bye-bye. Today there will be a revision class, either 6 or 6:30. Okay.